Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm Maria, and I'm your aspiring astrologer. And today I would like to talk to you about one very important energy in our lives, and this is the energy of um, um, the one step of the development of the journey of our souls, the third one, and the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the North Node are in that constellation of that energy. And you can all guess now we are entering. Yesterday we entered the season of the Gemini, and today I will be talking about what does it mean to be a Gemini, and what step of development through the zodiac has Gemini. So Gemini, as I said, is the third step of the third level of the journey of the soul. So if you haven't seen my video about how the soul develops, the journey of the soul through the 12 signs, 12 energies, which is basically the 12 signs of the zodiac, then go back and listen about all of them. But today we will talk especially about this third energy. So the first energy, when the soul decides to risk, to come to the earth, and to there's this initial bravery and courage. I will come out. I would like to see the sun, no matter what will happen after. This is the energy of the Aries. So everybody who is Aries is very familiar with this energy, and they know how it is to risk and to feel the adrenaline. This is what they like. And this is how they succeed in life. So this is the first step. The second step, so once the baby is born, and this is very painful period, painful moment for the soul, the baby and the mom, then the child realizes that he has some possessions, which is body, head, like what he possesses. In the next stage, when the baby grows up, when the soul grows up and realizes that he has ego, he has body as well, this person, soul, he now has ideas, and he wants to share these ideas with other people. So that's why for Gemini we have two people. There's duality of this sign because for communication, for exchanging information, we need two people. And if you haven't seen the sign about Gemini, is basically like two. It represents the two. So this is the duality of the sign. So Gemini is a mutable sign. It means that we go from spring to summer. So this changeability, this mutability is also seen in the Gemini. So they're very flexible people. They like variety. They don't want monotonous things. They don't want to be stuck at one place. They're good with changes, and this is very good. This is the energy that really needs in these difficult times, because we need to be flexible. We need to be adjustable to changes in order to survive in this world today. And see how the energy is so different from the Taurus, which is very static energy. The Taurus doesn't like changes. To do a change for a Taurus means to really get out of his comfort zone. But for Gemini, this comes easy. So they're very flirty. They're very chatty. They like meeting different people, exchanging like ideas with people. They're very friendly and open, and they are actually also jack of all trades, because they have very great intellect, intelligence, and they like to know a bit of everything. So Gemini is also air sign, which means there are a lot of ideas there. Ideas, information, and communication as well. So because the soul still hasn't gone through emotions and the water, so Gemini is very much practical and rational sign rather than emotion. So if you're a Gemini, share with me if you're emotional or not. Obviously here I talk about the energy of Gemini, which might be the sun Gemini, right? But the sun is something that we develop all our lives. So not many Gemini suns would find themselves in Gemini, just because, and I talked about this in my previous videos. So we are born with the characteristics of the moon. This is what we know. This is our comfort zone. So the sun is something that we need to develop. But when we are born, really, we are born with the lower vibrations of that sign, and then we develop the higher ones. So as this sign is dual, it means that Gemini are also called to be two-faced people. So once they're happy, then they're sad. Once they're angry, then they're smiling. So this comes from this energy, really, which really represents even the symbol of Gemini. So they're very mental people, as I said. They like languages. So if you have strong Mercury, okay, now I got to Mercury, who rules Gemini. So Mercury is very strong in Gemini, so you're probably good at languages and the four skills, which is speaking, writing, reading, and listening. So when we talk about Gemini, this is same as talking about Mercury, very similar. Mercury also rules, Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So the difference between those two signs, they both like information a lot and data. But with the Gemini, he wants to just collect the data just for the information, just for the sake of it, or maybe take it and release it to somebody else. Whereas the Virgo collects the data, organizes, analyzes. So here we have more deeper mental things happening in the Virgo rather than in the Gemini. Right. So as I mentioned, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is the fastest planet in the universe. So Mercury takes only 88 days to go around the sun, and Mercury is always 28 degrees away from the sun. So it means if you have your sun in one sign, Mercury is probably either the same sign or one sign before or after your sun, because Mercury represents the mind, and we know that sun represents our identity, our consciousness. So our mind is always with our consciousness. See how symbolical and interesting it is. So Mercury and the sun always go together. Our mind, our brain is always go together with our consciousness. And on the other hand, remember that the moon rules with our subconsciousness. So it's different. It's our emotions and our feminine side. So in the mythology, Mercury comes from the Roman mythology, really. And in the Greek mythology, this is Hermes. So Hermes is half deity, half human. And Hermes was the son of Zeus and Maya. You know that Zeus, he was polygamic and he has lots of women. So Mercury is his son. And that's why he's half deity, half mortal, half immortal. And he was the messenger of God. So he was exchanging information from the humanity, from the ordinary people to the gods, and vice versa. So that's why Mercury rules, like this is symbolic meaning, metaphorical Mercury rules this exchanging of information and ideas. And he's always on the go. He's always like Speedy Gonzales. In the Anglo-Saxon mythology, this is the god Woden, and the word Wednesday comes from this god in the Anglo-Saxon and English. So Wednesday is the day of Mercury, and if you are Gemini, your main day is Mercury. It's Wednesday. Yes, if your planet is Mercury, your day is Wednesday. Yes. So Mercury is also seen as a trickster, and that is why, because he wanted to steal some cattle from his brother Apollo. So he's also seen as a liar and deceiver, and this also is could be characteristic for the lower vibration of the sign Gemini as well, because the Gemini, they rule with information, but it's very like information that are on the surface. Really, Gemini is the sign is also connected to all the gossips. So this comes from the mythology, really, because everything is there for a reason. Everything is super perfectly connected in the universe. So Mercury is also connected to antisocial behavior, because he was like a neglected child, because he was son of Zeus, but actually Zeus didn't really like him because Maya is not goddess. So the story of the neglected child makes him to be really like rebel as well, and that's why Mercury rules the young people, the rebels, the one who go against the society, and the outsiders in our society as well. The word Mercari in Roman languages means trait. So Mercury rules Gemini also as energy, rules with trade and buy and sell things. And that's why when Mercury comes retrograde, which is very soon, we say that we shouldn't really sign contracts, papers, do something with sales, because something might go wrong. So I wanted also now to show you this is Hermes or Mercury, and he is depicted with winged hat with wings and with winged sandals, and also he's holding this called caduceus. It's a rod with two intertwined snakes on the rod, and these snakes are intertwined for 7 times, and these represent the 7 chakras in our body, which are very important energetic points and portals. And the rod itself represents the spine of the people. So this rod, caduceus, is connected also to wisdom, medicine, and if you have noticed, in the symbol of pharmacy is the 2 snakes intertwined on a rod. So this was very interesting information that I wanted to share with you. Also, the 2 snakes represent the yin and yang energy, which is the man and the masculine and the feminine energy, because everything is dual basically in astrology in the universe, and everything should be brought in balance in order for us to evolve and live nicely on the earth. And today we live in a very mercurial world. And why is that? Because everything is so speedy. So as I said, Mercury is very a quick planet. In 88 days, he goes around the sun without the retrogradation. With the retrograde periods, it comes to 1 year. So because even before 2020, the world was so quick, like fast, speed up. Everybody would work a lot. People would not have time for themselves, for their families. So that's why actually 2020 happened, because the universe wanted us to close down everything, connect to ourselves first, connect to our emotions and our families, and develop this energy of the Cancer, really, which is the most motherly feminine energy, because the old world, I call it old because if you have heard 3D world, this is the world of the Gemini and the Mercury. So in this 3D world, everything is only according to the brain. Emotions are on the last spot. Everything is so quick, and everybody wants to be very young. Everybody wants to have abs. Everybody pretends to be happy and funny, which is not always like that, because we all have emotions. We're human beings. We suppress them, and then can make problems. So with the closing down in 2020, the universe wanted from us to connect to our emotions. So we are going through 4D, which is the emotions and the feminine energy, and we need to do this transition from 3 to 5D, which is the world of the Leo, which is doing everything through your heart, loving yourself first. That's very important, and love others as well, because if we don't love ourselves, we cannot love others, and if we don't love ourselves, we cannot attract the right people. But I have a video about Venus and how do we attract the right partner according to your birth chart. So go and have a look at that video as well. So all the phones, we have fast phones, fast cars, all these things are ruled by Mercury. And Gemini is a sign, as energy. So when I talk about Gemini and Mercury, it's very similar, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and basically the fastest cars we have and the fastest phones we have, we forget to live our real lives and to laugh. So this should stop. That's why we're doing this transition into the next. There's this a very important energetic shift that we go into the next level, and obviously many souls who find this very difficult, they leave this world early. But remember that we have signed contract with our life. We knew what was going to come, so we exactly knew where we are coming, what we need to do. So it's not we shouldn't complain. We should just accept what comes. And as I mentioned, the energy of Gemini and Mercury is great. We all need to kind of have part of it, because we need this flexibility to survive in the new world. Because see, with all the planetary positions, and I'll make a video about this, what is happening in the world from 2020 to 2025, with all the changes which come maybe slowly but surely. We need to be flexible, because if we're not flexible, if we're stuck in the energy of the Taurus, which I'm static here, I don't want to get out of my comfort zone, then it would be really, really difficult. For the people who are more flexible, like the mutable signs, for them it's going to be easier, because they can do it this way or that way or the third way, no problem. So think about this, and the best bit is to get out of our comfort zone, which also obviously I try to do as well. So every planet rules with some parts of the body. So Mercury rules with the nervous system, the brain, the hands, and the lungs as well. So Mercury goes retrograde 3 times per year. This year, Mercury will be retrograde in the air signs. And very soon, on the 30th of May, Mercury is going retrograde in Gemini until the 23rd of June. So this is more or less 3 weeks. So every year, 3 times, 3 weeks, Mercury goes retrograde. And Mercury is very strong in Gemini, because Mercury feels good in Gemini. This is his sign. So the areas of life that we need to be careful about are all these things that I was talking about now. So it's Mercury or Gemini, same thing. So be careful with contracts, negotiations, buy and sell. If possible, try to postpone it, so do it before or after. And obviously, before Mercury goes retrograde for a few days, it will be stationary retrograde, so avoid starting things then. So you can't continue with projects that I forgot my banner, right? With projects that you had started before, but this period is not good for starting new projects. So no new contracts, don't buy houses, don't sell houses, don't sign new contract, don't buy new cars, new phones. Be careful with your neighbors, because Mercury or Gemini, they rule the third house. And this has to do with our siblings as well. So you might need to face some maybe old conflicts, situations with your neighbors, with your siblings. But just have in mind that Mercury is retrograde, so don't. Yes, just think from the good side, the good way. Okay. So yes, I told you about yes, almost everything I planned, right? And so because Mercury will go retrograde in Gemini, in its own sign, and the people born between 8th and 14th of June, the Mercury will go through their sun. So for them, this period will be especially important because it might trigger some things from the past. They might need to face something to sort out some problems, really, because when we have retrograde planets, this is a time to do this conversation with ourselves. This Gemini thing in us. There's always this good side and bad side of us. So it's like the angel and the devil on one shoulder and the other. So this is a good time to ponder very deeply and think about things. Think about our close environment, about commuting, about neighbors, about siblings, as I said. So this is all good time for this. And the people born there, especially, they need to be more careful. And another thing I want to mention for the Geminis, we will have a solar eclipse on the 10th of June, and I will make a video especially about the solar eclipse. And this solar eclipse will be especially important and powerful for the Gemini people, and again, those born between 8th and 12th of June, because it will be on their sun. So even in their solar return chart, this will be this new moon eclipse will be in conjunction to their sun, which means that lots of new things might happen. So in order for something new to come into your life, something old must end. And the eclipses are always time when the universe wants to bring us back to the right way. So if we are all human beings, obviously we sometimes go the wrong way. So the eclipses will make some events that might not be very pleasant, I would say, but they will take you back to your right way, because the eclipses are, these are new moon and full moon, which are in conjunction to the lunar nodes, and lunar nodes are our mission, something that we came with from our previous life, something that we deserved from our previous life, or something that it's on our way to the mission in this life. So that's why I mentioned for the Gemini it will be very, very important period, these 2 months. The influence of the eclipses actually is on for several months, even a year. But this time is very important. So if you're a Gemini, please share with me what is going on in your life. Do you have any changes? How do you feel about this? And obviously, I will make a video about the new moon solar eclipse and also the lunar eclipse, which is the full moon on the 26th of May. And this the lunar eclipse will be in Sagittarius, and then the solar eclipse will be in Gemini. Right. So let me just check if I mentioned everything. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and those who will watch later. And I will be expecting your comments, your personal messages. Also, if you need some guidance, some advice on which way to take in your life, if you are lost, if you are at the crossroads, then you can contact me for a personal consultation through my website on well, I have a website astromaria.co.uk, or through my Facebook page Astromaria UK, or on through my phone on WhatsApp, which you can find on my page, on my Facebook page, and on my website as well. So have a great weekend, everybody, and until the next time. Bye.